So I've done my fair share of challenges to do with tech on this channel. I've done the 1 hour screen time, I've done the switching to old phones. However, one challenge I've always shied away from is the quitting social media challenge. As far as I was concerned, in order to keep this channel running properly, I had to use social media daily. Last week, however, I realized I was spending more and more time on social media to the point where it was taking up a lot of my daily screen time. And so with that, I finally decided to take on this challenge. However, I was kind of right about needing to use them for these videos, so I decided I needed a system. And here's what I settled on. I uninstalled all my social media from my phone aside from YouTube, as this is where I use the majority of my social media, so doing this would alleviate any accidental usage. I mean, let's be honest, accidentally tapping on an app and then passively using it is much easier than accidentally typing in a URL, so I didn't really think I needed to put any measures in place like social media blockers, and seeing as my iPad is currently not working, I thought I'd mainly focus on the phone side of things. Next up, we had to tackle the video posting situation, as it's one thing to uninstall all the social media, but I did still need to post these videos, so I made an exception that the only time I could use Twitter was to post these videos and nothing else at any time. So that's what, less than a minute twice a week? I write out all my video posts in the Notes app, so there's not really much chance of me seeing what's going on social media regardless. So in my opinion, this was fair. The final thing I needed to consider is what I was going to be doing instead. I mean, just because I'm spending less time on social media doesn't mean that I have less time. In fact, it's quite the opposite. So I decided I was going to need to do something else, especially on my phone. However, I decided not to plan for this in the end and just see what happens, as I think I'll actually choose something I enjoy more rather than planning something that I think I'll enjoy. Good morning, everyone. How's it going? It's day 1 and it's currently raining, so I'm gonna make this quick. Usually at this point, I would have been on at least Twitter or Instagram for a pretty long time already, especially considering the weather. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to find some indoorsy things to do today. I might actually install the Ultimate Guitar app and crack the guitar out. That could be fun. But yeah, on a day like this, usually I would have spent a good amount of time on social media. So yeah, definitely feeling it. Alright, so I am re-recording this clip in the evening because the initial file corrupted. However, I wanted to keep this bit in because I came up with a fun game. So I installed Ultimate Guitar on my phone, I looked up some tabs, and in order to avoid getting copyright claimed, I thought I'd play like a second of some guitar tabs. If one of you guesses these, I'll like pin your comment. Okay, let's play some guitar. Okay, that was certainly fun. Anyway, back to the rest of the day. Alright, so I've just had lunch, I installed the Ultimate Guitar app, and I had a go. Gotta say, it was a lot of fun. Definitely pretty useful on a day like this. Hope it doesn't stay like this for the rest of the week. That would make this challenge significantly harder. Yeah, I definitely think an obstacle for this week is going to be finding entertainment, because as I've said before, I don't really play all that many games on my phone, so I'm going to have to be pretty careful not to get sucked into watching too much YouTube, and I just got to make sure that I keep everything in balance. So yeah, day 1 going strong. Let's see how the rest of the week goes, and hopefully it rains less. Unlikely though. On the second day, I woke up wanting to check social media, so instead I went and reinstalled the Headspace app. I've been meaning to get back into meditation for a while, and so this week without social media was a good place to start. Alright, so day 2, I've just done one of the Headspace exercises. Gotta say, it was pretty fun. I definitely want to do more of that as this week progresses. I think this would be a good habit to pick back up again. I also decided maybe it was time to get the premium subscription. So yeah, hopefully that's going to be good. I'm about to make lunch. I do still kind of want to post to social media. I'm not going to though. I'm just going to stick at it. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Honestly, I enjoyed it quite a lot, and it was a nice change of pace from drinking vats of coffee while I endlessly tweaked my preamp settings. Today, I did go on Twitter to post the newest video. However, that was it, and again, as I said, I simply posted the video and left. Alright, so I got stuff to do today, so I am going to close off day 2 here. Honestly, this day has been a little bit tricky. To be honest, all I can hope is that it gets easier through the week. On the third day, something a little bit weird happened. I didn't really think about social media at all. I got up, made my coffee, started on my work, and as as I said, didn't think about social media. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to day 3. So as you can see, it's not raining today, which is good. Kind of allows me to get out and go for a nice walk. Exercise is nice, especially when I'm doing one of these challenges. It was super useful during that 1 hour of screen time per day thing, and so it's really nice to be able to do it in a challenge like this. Gotta say, when I got up this morning, I didn't really think about social media at all. Often, usually when I wake up, as much as I try not to, I do occasionally end up just quickly checking Twitter. That thought didn't even cross my mind today. How on earth am I supposed to get through that? This is going to be a challenge. Decided to take the long way around. Yeah, just because it didn't rain today doesn't mean the effects aren't still here from like the last 2 days. These were definitely the wrong choice of footwear. Someone actually roasted me for wearing these in like every video a while back. Look, alright? I keep them by my door. They're so easy to put on. They're good, alright? If you never tried a pair of NMDs, they're good for pretty much anything but this. Okay, so typically how I film these challenges is I do a daily vlog sort of thing every single day until a challenge feels natural. And depending on how this evening goes, this might be the last day of daily vlogging this challenge. Actually, scratch that, typically I do film the last day as well. But if it stays feeling natural, then this will be the last day. Honestly, as I said, I was dreading doing this challenge. But honestly, it's been one of the quickest for me to adapt to. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all. Look at all the leaves. Oh, they're just starting to turn. I really do love this time of year. Not a big fan of what comes after it, aka bland, barren trees for like 3 months. Yeah, we got some pretty boring winters in the UK, but because we have so many trees, autumn here usually pretty nice. I'm gonna head back now through all of this mud again. Hopefully my feet don't get too wet by the time I'm home. I continued on with my day, not reaching into my pocket to check social media, not accidentally typing it in my browser, and overall the 3rd day was much easier. After this, we have the 4th day. However, over the next few days, I didn't really need to film anything because I wasn't really thinking about using social media. I found that once I got past those first 2 particularly difficult days, I wasn't constantly thinking about it. Usually when I do these challenges, I find that it's more of a gradual drop off of any initial discomfort that I may have had. However, with this challenge, it was totally different. At the start of this challenge, I really missed social media. I really wanted to just like check Twitter or post something. But then, as I said, by the 3rd day, I kind of just stopped caring about it and forgot about it relatively quickly. I think that once I tackled finding different things to fill my free time, everything else just kind of fell into place, and this challenge was pretty easy. Alright, so it's officially the day after the challenge, and I still haven't installed any of my social media back on my phone yet. Come to think of it, I haven't even been on the desktop version yet. So yeah, it's definitely worked. I do think coming out of this challenge, I will be using social media a lot less. This week has just shown me I don't really need it that much. So yeah, interesting findings. Overall, I actually quite enjoyed this challenge. The break from social media was refreshing, and I actually learned quite a lot. For one thing, I learned about just how much information I take in from social media. I mean, as someone who has to think about tech every single day, I do need to keep up to date with all the information surrounding the tech world, and a lot of that was done with social media. So occasionally, while I was on this social media break, this was quite difficult. That said, once I'd gone through that initial adjustment period, I found that a couple of minutes a day literally just searching for tech-based news was just as effective and probably more useful. I also through this period learned just how much I enjoy posting to social media. Even if it's just something as simple as the coffee I made earlier or the song I was listening to, I do really enjoy posting on social media. And as I said before, at the start of this challenge, I really was noticing this. In fact, I think this is especially noticeable in these times of social distancing where actual in-person meetings are pretty sparse. So I think in times like this, social media is actually pretty useful. That said, as the week progressed, I got used to it pretty quickly. So in a way, this went from being easily the hardest challenge I've ever done to one of the easiest. In terms of benefits, I am noticing that I'm using Instagram and Twitter a lot less each day, which of course is pretty nice. However, in retrospect, after completing this challenge, I don't really think social media is all that bad. I mean, sure, in excess, especially if you're not in a great environment, there are certainly some big issues with social media that should be addressed. However, I think as social media is such a big part of modern life nowadays, I think the time you might spend detoxing would probably be better spent making sure that you're looking at interesting things and that you're not spending too long on one social media platform. That said, there is no perfect solution for everyone. I mean, social media is pretty personal, so how you use it is up to you. However, I think for me, making sure that I'm not overusing social media by accident is probably the best thing I can do. Next time, I'll probably just make an effort to expand my hobbies, as I found throughout the week, this was by far the most important thing. Alright guys, so that's it for today. As always, thank you for watching. Remember to like the video if you want to see more content like this and smash that subscribe button. I'm done for now, and I will see you guys in the next one.